I'm Jennings Moss with the Upstart Business Journal. I'm here with Andreas Schroeter. Andreas is the co-founder and CEO of wywy. Andreas, thanks for being with us today. Tell us a little bit about wywy. What is it?
Thanks for having me. We are connecting the TV and the digital world, and that is because more and more people, while they're watching television, are actually in front of their so-called second screen device, be it a smartphone, be it a tablet, and multitasking. And that means for the TV advertisers, they're kind of losing on the attention span, and we are bringing that attention back through synchronized advertising onto the second screen. So whenever, let's say, a Hyundai commercial airs on the TV, you would see in a little mobile display banner ad the Hyundai commercial on your second screen as well.
You're going and trying to sell this idea to ad agencies as well as to actual advertisers. The ad agency, the ad business is one that we think about Mad Men, very old school kind of a business. Is it difficult to get them to innovate?
Yes and no. It's difficult because they don't really have that much time. There's a lot of pressure on them to just deliver what they are already doing. So our take has been to go to the advertisers first and tell them, listen, you need to do something about that second screen. It's first of all a threat to them. They see it in their own behavior, and that's where we come in and say, hey, what did you do last night and watching television? Were you checking your emails? Were you reading the news? And they say, yes. And then we say, we got a solution to recapture that attention. And then usually the advertisers go and say, hey, ad agency, can you just look at that? I like that concept. Let's do something together with them.
Has it been difficult to get that point across, or has it been a fairly easy sell?
It depends on the advertisers. There are advertisers that are out there that really like innovative new stuff, and they're just constantly listening. But then there are the people that, we've been doing it the same for the last 40 years, we're not going to change it. And those people, obviously, you're not going to change right away.
You were describing previously how your technology works, which is to partly to determine if somebody's sitting there in front of the television. That might raise some questions about privacy. How do you know that I'm actually sitting here? How do you know that what I'm watching? How do you respond to some of those consumers who might be worried about their privacy rights being infringed upon?
So we are not listening to anything through the device. What we do is basically we detect the TV ad in real time when it airs. That's part of our technology. Then we use that detection to buy online advertising through real-time exchanges. So we still don't know the user. What we do then is we basically put it on a probability model that says, is that user more likely to be in front of the television or not? Again, we do not know the user, so we do things like we check, is that user connected through Wi-Fi? If yes, then they're probably at home sitting on the couch. So these kind of things. And while I understand that there is always a privacy issue, we don't really know anything about the consumer.
You are a German startup. You started in 2012, been around for a couple of years now. Tell us a little bit about the startup scene in Germany. What makes it distinctive? What do you find that sort of separates what you do, not you, your company, but the German entrepreneurs versus those in other parts of Europe or those in the United States?
So Germans are, very good in execution, very good in analyses, like just quantitative numbers and all that. That's what they like. They like to, look into things really deeply and understand it and just then execute on these things. Germans might be a little more risk averse when it comes to really, with the big bang ideas. So it tends to be more the smaller ideas that you can execute really well, where you can just, drive through execution. That's what the Germans like to do.
And what's it like to come to the U.S.? I mean, from your vantage point, young entrepreneur coming here with your business, what have been some of the biggest challenges for you?
So you look at the U.S. market and you know that it's big. Once you come here, you suddenly start to realize that it is really big. And it's not just now being in New York, that's just one city, and there are so many other large markets within, or geographic markets within the United States. That is, you just got to realize it or be there to really realize what it is like. So that's one of the things. The other thing, obviously, everything is bigger, and bigger in terms of when you look at budgets that you could get, when it looks in terms of like how fast things move, but also when you look at costs, everything just costs more. So you got to have deeper pockets.
Well, Andreas Schroeter, thanks for joining us here at the Upstart Business Journal. You're with YY. Keep a watch, especially on your second screens. Thank you.
Thank you.